lush greenlands to the cascading waterfalls. Wonders of the world. The oldest habitat of territories on Earth. Rich cultural heritage. A continent of 1.1 billion people. Second largest and most populous. A continent pregnant with possibilities. Home to 30% of Earth's mineral resources. 50% of its people under 25 years. Africa, the land of the great. Our spirit resilient. Our enterprise profitable. Our future inspiring. Africa is inspiring. Be inspired.
The mind is a terrible thing to waste. I usually tell people that everybody on planet Earth can succeed. And when I tell people this, one of the things they usually think about is, can I succeed? Can I succeed? Everybody can succeed. It doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter your education. You can realize whatever you want to realize if you can just tune your mind. One of the things I've observed about people is that they don't understand how success or how the principles of success works. Let me give you an example. The human mind can think about 10,000 thoughts a day, 3.6 million thoughts in 1 year. Now, if you calculate that, that's about 400,000 thoughts a month. That's about 3.6 million thoughts a year. Now, calculate that. You see that the human mind is very intelligent, faster than the super vector computer that Philippe Miagwale invented. But one of the things a lot of people don't know is, how do I begin to tune my mind to realize what I want to achieve with my life? Now, some people say, well, let me just get a degree. Let me get a PhD. PhD is part of it. Having a degree is part of it. But you must understand that it's not getting the degree that will tune your mind to realize your dream, because there are a lot of PhD holders out there that are powerless. There are a lot of degree holders out there that don't really have what it takes to achieve much with their lives. So how do you now tune your mind to achieve what you want to achieve? Now, think about it. Before now, our forefathers, before the white man came, they had their own system of government. If you go to the Oyo Empire, the last king of Oyo was the ruler. He had his own, like the judiciary. He had the Oyo Mesi that stood like the Senate. He even had like a general, the Afonja, that fought the battles for him. They had a system. And this empire ruled all through. It even got to Ghana. Can you imagine? As powerful as that empire was. They didn't have democracy. They didn't have all these things. They didn't go to any school, but they achieved much. Now think about somebody like Jesus Christ, the son of a carpenter. How many schools did he go to? But up to date, we are still talking about him. Think about somebody like Muhammad, Salah Alaihi Wasallam. How many schools did he go to? But today, we are still talking about Islam. How did this guy achieve so much? But this guy had something going for him. And that's what I want to challenge you on right now. How do you tune your mind? You tune your mind by staying focused. That's the key. You got to stay focused. Stop thinking about those things that you don't have. Stop thinking about your weaknesses. Start thinking about your strength and stay focused on it. Zoom on that thing that you can do. Focus. Focus. That's the real thing. That's the key. Stop talking about your weaknesses. There are a lot of things you don't have. Buhari didn't have a good accent. He didn't focus on that. Certificate was not really it. He didn't focus on that. His age was not on his side. He didn't focus on that. But he focused on one thing. What was that thing? Integrity. And he focused. He zoomed on it. Let me tell you something. 80% of those that voted him into power voted him because of his integrity. Not really because of all those other things. They knew the certificate was against. They knew he didn't have the accent. But they voted him. Why? Because this guy has integrity. Why is it that Christianity is so strong today? Because Christianity have been able to focus on one thing. And what's that thing? Love. So for you to win, for you to tune your mind, for you to realize your dreams, it's not really, hey, let me go out there and get a PhD. No. It's about picking that one thing, focusing on that thing, forgetting about every other thing to realize your dreams. Now, let me wind back. Now, go back to when I started. I said that the human mind can take about 10,000 thoughts a day, 3.6 million thoughts in 1 year. Now, how do you now pick out one thought out of 100,000 thoughts. That is where the work really is. That's where the work is. You got to pick that one thought. You got to pick that one thing. You got to pick that thing and say, I want to focus on it. I want to do this. I want to do this. I don't want to do all these other things. I want to do this one thing. Now begin to water that seed. That thought. Begin to water that seed. How do you do that? You read books. Books concerning that thing. You look for people that will help you as touching that thing. You begin to gather finances as touching that thing. You wake up in the morning, you are thinking about that one thing. You are sleeping in the night, you are dreaming about that one thing. And that is how that one thing begins to grow. That's how that one thing begins to grow. Nigeria is not going to succeed if we focus on every other thing. Nigeria is going to succeed if we focus on one thing. America is great today, not because they have everything, but America is great today because they focus on one thing, liberty. It's a land of opportunity. They keep talking about the American dream. This is where you come to and you achieve anything. You go to New York, you see the Statue of Liberty. They focus on that thing alone. Today it's a great nation. Why is France great? Look at the bombing in France. Upon all the bombing going on in France, people are still trooping there, traveling there, tourist center. Why? Because Paris is the city of love. They focus on that thing called love. And that's what's keeping them on. Why is it that Japan is so great today? They focus on one thing. And what's that thing? Technology. Why is it that China is so great today? They focus on one thing, cheap labor. Why is India so great today? Because they focus on one thing. So for you to realize your dreams, for you to be a winner, you got to pick that one thing. Not everything. Not stop. Don't get distracted. The problem is people get distracted. Pick that one thing. Zoom in on that one thing. Build your energy on that one thing. Build your life around that one thing. And that's where success comes.